Hi guys! I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Friday. It is Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. Okay, I hope you're all having a freaking wonderful Friday and it's all lovely and wonderful and rainbows and sunshine. I feel like this week went so fast. I feel like it was Sunday and then now it's Friday. Did anyone else feel that? It's super crazy to me. And hi Blake. So there's a few things that I want to talk about and I always have a billion things to talk about, but this one drives me crazy. So I have probably 90% of my clients, have some sort of narcissistic relationship in their life. Either it's their spouse or it's their parents. It might be their sister. I have no idea. It's plaguing like everyone. And it's crazy because not a lot of people are talking about it. I mean, I feel like the word narcissist is being thrown around and either people don't know what it means or they're trying to normalize it because they're in something like that and they're worried that, nobody else is like that. So I get that. You want to normalize it. You want to make it something that's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. So I've been kind of categorizing things that my clients have said, some things that I have in the past heard myself from narcissistic relationships. And I wanted to quote some of the things that I've heard. And I want to know if any of these ring true. You don't have to say anything in the comments, but if this rings true, I have some things that I want to talk to you specifically about. Have you ever been told, it's not your job to save or fix me? I don't have the problem. You do. I'm going to get to that. I know there's always but. Okay. Have you ever heard, I've given you so much and you're so ungrateful, so you should help me? Have you ever heard the sentence, my accomplishments or lack of are everything to me? Once again, I save the day. Without me, they're nothing, or you're nothing. Do you feel like any of those ring true or anything like that? You guys, if there's one thing that I can tell you is if you know or think that you're possibly in a narcissistic relationship in any sort, get out. There's no curing it. There's no fixing it, especially because if the person doesn't see that there's a problem, it's only going to get worse. Now, am I telling everybody to just leave their spouse? No. But what I'm saying is you can't fix someone else. You can't make them be better. You can't change the way that their life already is. There's nothing inside of you, as much as you love that person, that can do a damn thing. And you are going to become a shell of a person trying. Let me tell you some behaviors of narcissists. These are my top ones. There are so many. But every single narcissist that I have stumbled across, whether it's one of my clients, people, or it's somebody that I've personally found, is they have this splitting in their life, in good and bad. They categorize everything in good and bad. It's like a fairy tale almost. Like you're either the good witch or the bad witch. It's super weird. And they do that for multiple reasons, but mostly for manipulation. Because if they can make it feel like something or someone is bad to you, they can ostracize them from you. Okay, that they can give you reason to do that, then that's a real thing. They deflect or blame on literally every issue. It can be, did you do the dishes? And they deflect and blame. Okay, they have emotional reasoning. And I think this is one of the biggest things that people don't understand is narcissists don't logically think. You and I probably have logical reasons. Everybody emotionally rationalizes and reasonings in general, right? Everybody does that, but they only can do that. Every single thing that they think, feel, want, or need is emotional. It's not rational. It's not logical. It's not something you can figure out. Because I hear all the time, I just don't know why that happened. You never will know why that happened. Because it's emotional. You can't jump in their brain and figure it out. You'll feel like you have, and then you'll completely have zero idea what's going on 5 seconds later. So it's not going to be a thing. They emotionally rationalize and reason everything away. So you guys, you can't combat emotions with logic or fact. If that narcissist is upset in the moment, I heard a super good video on this the other day, and the whoever, I think she was the therapist, she said, you could have had a fight with them, okay? They could be mad at you right now. Everything that you're going to do is going to be bad. You could be smiling, and they're going to say you're laughing at them. You could be crying, and now they're going to tell you you're being a baby. It doesn't matter what you do. If that narcissist is mad, nothing you're going to do is going to be perceived as awesome. You could have been doing the dishes with them and laughing and having a good time with them yesterday. And now that the narcissist is upset, they were only helping you with the dishes because you bullied them into it. Okay? And you will be confused every single time they open their mouth. Because they're emotionally reasoning with you. Okay? They have to win the argument by confusing you. They will categorize things that people do. Okay? And here's what I mean by that. Is if somebody wrongs them or they perceived that they were wronged, they will categorize that, and you can tell that they are holding that here so that they can use that against them later. And it's probably they're categorizing you and your vulnerabilities and what you're not good at, so that later, when something trivial happens, they can make it your fault and terrible, so you never ever do anything ever again that's going to upset them, right? They're entitled, they can't connect, all those things you guys all know. But those are a few of the things that I feel like nobody really talks about. The last one is doom and gloom. They want you to be so afraid of the world that you need them. Because if you need them, then they can be adored, and they can be heroic, and they can be incredible, right? If you need them, then they get to be exactly who they've dreamed up in their head, right? Even if you don't really need them, you've just kind of broken down and that's all that's left of you, they need you to need them. So they're going to make you fear everything and everyone in your life. They're going to ostracize people from you, and you're not even noticing that it's happening. Say you used to be super bubbly and everybody loved you, and now you barely talk to your family and your friends because that person in your life has made it so hard for you to be around them, or they've made you feel like they are terrible people, and you know that they're not. Like the people, like your family, your friends that you used to be close to, you know that they're not, but they have made it that way. I think the term ride or die, narcissists love. I hate that term more than anything, because that's literally what every single one of my clients says that their spouse says. Like, I'm your ride or die, or I'm your person. You're my person. You're my only person. I can't stop thinking about you. Like, you know, that whole control thing. But the ride or die thing for me is so infuriating, because on the surface you think like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know, I'm their person. Okay. I don't want to be a narcissist ride or die, because here's what happens. They set the house that you're in on fire, lock the door, tell you you're crazy and that the house isn't on fire, then right before the house burns down, pulls you out, and then makes you say thank you. Have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you were the one that was hurt or offended or something, you brought it up, and at the end of the conversation you feel bad and are apologizing? You're enabling that narcissist in your life. That person has now made it feel like you are the crazy, terrible one. So what I'm pleading with you right now is, if any of this is ringing true at all, you might not have, everybody has narcissistic tendencies. I have them. Everyone has them, right? But I'm saying a full-blown narcissist who does most of these, there's like 20 things that you can tell if the person in your life is a narcissist. But what I'm telling you to do is a few things, okay? So first off, stop trying to explain away every abuse. That is abuse. If they're emotionally or physically abusing you, it's abuse. Stop excusing it. Stop trying to rationalize it in your head. The action or the person. If they're hurting you emotionally or physically. And here's the thing. I feel like every person that I've talked to lately says, well, they're not hitting me. I don't freaking care if they're not swinging. It's not any better. Because if I would have talked to you 5 years ago before you got in this relationship, you would have said, if I would have told you about this scenario of you in the future, you would have said, I would never put up with that. That would be a hard no from me. Okay? But now you've moved your shit line where you're dealing with shit. So even if they swing later, you'll rationalize it. So stop rationalizing it. Because you're in this relationship because you didn't look at the red flags as red flags. You, in your gut, at some point, can look back and say, holy crap, my mind and my body were literally saying run away. And I rationalized it because they swept me off my feet and it was magical and it was awesome at first. Okay, they Beauty and the Beasted you like crazy. I want you to actually look at red flags as red flags. If your gut is telling you something, listen to it. The gut feeling is a real thing for a reason. Your brain does wonderfully beautiful things subconsciously that none of us are aware of. And it is picking up on everything that you aren't conscious of. If your gut is telling you that it's bad, it's because you know it's bad. So if you hear, see, feel, think, if you know a red flag is there, it's a red flag for a reason. Look at it logically. Pull the emotion out of it. Why is it a red flag? Why could it be a red flag? Okay? I want you to don't let yourself get carried away. A lot of narcissists, they love the glam of things, right? Like they're super sweet, they're super wonderful. Here's something that you've probably said. When they're great, they're great. When they're bad, holy crap. When they're great, they're great? What? Why are you with somebody that's sort of great sometimes and literally your nightmare other times? Is that something that you would tell your best friend, your kid, your sister, your brother, your dad, your mom? Would you tell anybody else in your life to be in a relationship where they're kind of great sometimes and then they're the devil other times? I'm going to say no, just FYI. So why are you letting yourself be in it? If you're rationalizing anything in the relationship, that's probably one of the biggest ones. When they're great, they're great. Like, I don't want someone that's sort of great sometimes. That's stupid. And I want you to look at, if you're in the beginning of a relationship, or look at the beginning of your relationship. At the beginning, they were probably future talking super fast. And you were like, whoa, I'm not ready for that. But somehow they talked you into it, right? Like they're really manipulative. They're really awesome at that. And you guys, I want to be very honest and open with you right now that I really believe that, most of us have some of these tendencies, right? Like I'm not awesome all the time. I'm not going to say, you could ask Nick, like there's times when I'm atrocious. That's real life. But narcissists are plaguing right now. And the only way we're ever going to get rid of the generation of narcissists is if we realize the things that we are letting happen in our own lives. And heaven forbid, letting our kids watch us go through. Okay? Because if you have children and you're in a narcissistic relationship, the only thing they're learning is that is what's supposed to be happening. And I know it's hard. I know it's shitty. I know that you do love them. And I know that it's probably your spouse, or it's your mom, or it's your sister, and you think, holy crap, there's 0% of me that could get out of this. You're probably super, super broken. And you have nothing left to fight. Especially, okay, let's say you don't have kids. You don't have someone else to fight for. So fighting for yourself just kind of sounds like, I've lived with it this long, so like, it's fine, I'll just keep living with it, right? That's not okay. We only get so long here on this life. Everybody says that life is short. It's even shorter when you're miserable. You guys, don't wait until you're so broken that you literally can't get out. I have so many people in my life that are getting out decades after they thought they were. Decades. Why are you letting someone who is literally trashing your life have any more seconds of it? It doesn't make any sense. There is plenty, there are tons of resources to get you out. There are tons of ways. And I know it sounds like you can't, and you're like, if they're the sole provider, say, that's where it rolls around a lot. That's probably real, and that's probably terrifying, and it's probably awful, and you don't know what to do. There are so many people that can help you. I promise. I've helped, I think I counted, I think I've helped 15 people in the last 2 years get out of narcissistic relationships. Not all of them were spouses. Some of them were parents. Some of them were siblings. Some of them were themselves. Because I'm going to be honest with you, like, when I started studying to be a life coach and do all these things, I have a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Let's be honest. I straight up, I do. And so for me, it was a gut-wrenching problem that the thing that I kept pulling myself towards was something that I needed to work on myself. And so from someone who has helped tons of people get out of it, it is the worst thing that you're ever going to do. Trying to get past this relationship with that person or yourself. It is going to be horrifically hard to rip yourself from that narcissist. They've made it so you are extremely codependent on them. But that doesn't mean you can't. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't. And holy shit, if you have kids with that person, you need to be very far away from them. Because I know they're going to be in that narcissist life. I know it's a thing. They have to be there. I get it. But you need to stand up for them and let them see something totally different. Because I am so freaking tired of everybody in my life being plagued by crazy narcissists that they think they have to live with for the rest of their life. That's not real. That's not okay. And that's not something that I'm willing to let happen to anybody anymore. If any of this rings true, message me right now. I can help you figure out emotionally how to start dealing with it. You guys, one of my clients said, you're like the breakup boss. Like, you're super good at this. You guys, I don't want you to break up with everybody. What I want you to do is I want you to be the person that knows they deserve better. Do you understand that? You deserve to not be shit on anymore. You deserve to not feel crazy when you talk to them. You deserve to have a life where you get to come home and not be like, oh God, what am I going to go into right now? Okay? I want you to know that there is a person that can help you every day know that you deserve better than what you're letting yourself be in right now. I've watched it almost too much lately. And I wish I could scream this from the mountaintop and help every single person in a narcissistic relationship. Because it sucks and it's shitty and you don't think you can get out, but you can. And you can be the person that knows they deserve better. So I'm pleading with you to message me. Because I might not be the person that helps you completely, but I will point you in a direction that somebody that can. Somebody can help you. I promise. You're not alone. Even though they want you to think you are, you're not. Everyone doesn't hate you. You deserve better. I love you. Have a very safe and fabulous Friday. And remember, I got this super cute mug. Better late than ugly. Just FYI. I love you. I love you. Have a fabulous Friday.